has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast. It's pain-free Friday. Ferrall's rolling out minutes on the mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200, the bad, say the broken, the bad, apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City. The Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-up should be, along with the Tutty and Tater King himself. The founder of the ILC podcast, the rights holder of the Sheet of Integrity, to put it with a golf guru, Carver High this afternoon, ladies. Mafia's running it with Luke. I am your father. The rundown for today on C2C, a double shot with Morency from Vancouver, British Columbia, of course. In the first hour as well, Jerry Matijong. I hope I got it right. My man from the Edmonton Sun and the Edmonton Journal covers the Oilers, who are on fire right now. They've won 6 in a row. And then in the final hour, the coup de grace, Steve Popper from Newsday in New York, talking about the Knicks as they get ready for a Game 3 on Saturday afternoon at the world's most famous. Well, we thought that the Timberwolves would win. We thought they would win by 20. They won by, 23? They got it done, and they even had a scare in the middle of that game in the second quarter when Ann Edwards got stepped on by Jackson Davis of the Dubs on his ankle and went to the locker room, came back in the second half, finished it off, had 20. But it was Randall who was the big star for the T-Wolves last night, Mike, and they evened up the series with the Warriors, who seldom come out to play. And now the series will shift to the city by the bay in the way for games 3 and 4.
Yeah, it certainly will do that. Happy Friday.
Yes, sir.
Here on Coast to Coast. Nice wet Friday in the Northeast.
Ooh.
Here on Coast to Coast, of course. Yes, they won by 20. We thought they would win by a lot. We thought it would have that look to it. I think the biggest thing, I was stunned. I was watching the game, doing the radio show. Was stunned that they brought Anthony Edwards back. Like, they had a pretty comfortable lead when he left the game at halftime. I mean, they were up double digits. I didn't see the need, but I mean, he came back and played all right, so I guess he's going to be okay going forward. That was the stunning part to me. And the Warriors haven't quite seemed to figure out yet, Scotty, what we thought. You know, they need to find someone to fill, not someone, but a combination of guys to fill all that Steph Curry offense that's going to be out there. And in the first attempt at doing it, it was a miss. You know, Podziemski missed 1 billion threes. You know, Buddy Hield did, 4? I think he had in the game. You know, Jimmy didn't. It's not like Jimmy had a huge night. So they just haven't quite found who's going to be the guy. Now, Kuminga came in and, like we thought, maybe garbage time, and made a bunch of buckets in the second half. Maybe they'll go to him a little bit more earlier in Game 3 when they go back to San Francisco.
I thought the guy that played well for them was Jackson Davis. He gave him 15. He was 6 of 6 from the floor. I don't know what more they could ask for. He had 6 rebounds. I thought he played well. Obviously, I was surprised Kuminga did what he did. Not that he scored because they didn't have anybody else that could play. It was that he's been doing nothing at all for them for months. And Hield gave him 15, Butler 17, Green 9. Green again flipped out. And he... let's face facts. I mean, he threw the elbow, he threw a punch, whatever you want to call it. He did it. He acts like we're all stupid. He thinks that he does nothing wrong. He did nothing. That is the most intentional, flagrant elbow, fist, whatever you want to call it, punch. He went after his head. And then after the game, he blames the media that they're trying to create the narrative that he's an angry black man. I mean, the whole thing's pathetic. It really is. This guy's got a rap sheet as long as California for incidents in the NBA. He's got more texts than anyone ever. He's on the verge of another suspension. He's cost them a championship with his behavior. He's punched a teammate. He's attacked several players in the NBA. He's the dirtiest player in the NBA. And then he wants to be a born-again Christian and blame, the white media that they're after the black man. It is so feeble and weak and just lame. It's laughable. Is there anything worse than listening to some guy that commits all the crimes talk about how everyone's wrong but him? Everyone's wrong but him. I'll tell you another thing. This moron, he should have been thrown out of that game last night, because when they came back with their ruling that he was flagrant, he snapped and he started dropping bombs in refs' faces, right in their face, and just literally going off on all the refs, and they're afraid of him. That's what it is. Like, I know a dude that does the same thing in games, and they finally kicked him out of the whole league, the whole gym. You know why? Because the refs are afraid of him. They wouldn't tech him up because they're afraid of him. The guy's 6'6", 250. He means business, and people are afraid of him. I think the refs are afraid of Draymond Green, that he's going to attack them. And I don't believe for 1 minute any of this bullshit today, whether it's coming from white or black journalists, they can all kiss my ass. This guy is a felon when it comes to basketball. No one's denying he's a good player. No one's denying that he's a great defender. No one's denying that he's got 4 chips. But no one can deny his rap sheet of incidents. I mean, the guy gets in fights every week. When's the next one? Probably in San Francisco in games 3 and 4. I mean, that's all this guy does. He does all of it and then wants to blame the media. That is so weak. It's not even funny.
And look, I thought Kerr said it.
No one should listen to him.
No one should listen to him. I thought Kerr said it best after. You know, it's even more important that he stays on the floor now with Steph out. Like, they need him out there.
He just doesn't get it.
And he's really gotta control himself. And I agree with. There's plenty. He's yelling and dropping F-bombs in the ref's face. Most of the time, that's another
it's
team.
Automatic.
Like the guy's getting gated. And I feel like if it's the middle of January, he gets the extra tee and he gets the gate. It's kind of weird how it all works out. And I know there's been some pattern to it with Draymond now going forward. So we'll do that. We have all the 2 games tonight.
And he is an angry black man. Let's stop kidding ourselves here. What else are you going to call him? Well, I mean, he's always snapping. This guy snaps like a pretzel. I mean, honestly, when isn't he in trouble for his actions and behavior? And he wants people to what?
He's in trouble a lot.
What does he want? People to kiss his ass, feel sorry for him? Are you kidding me? People are sick and tired of his ass. I told you, how many times have I said on this show that I cannot believe Steve Kerr puts up with this guy's bullshit and that they haven't gotten rid of him already? I couldn't believe they didn't get rid of him after he punched Poole. I'm serious. He punched a teammate, sucker punched him, and they kept him and traded Poole. They obviously love what Green does, all of his bad antics and behavior in fights he gets in. He's a phony ass and stick in his ass.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Cosmo was supposed to fight Ciaran Clark, but he had to pull off injury. You get the call. You get to go in there. What was it like for you when you got that call, jumping in there and be part of this bantamweight tournament on short notice?
Terrifying, man. 2 weeks notice against a stud, but I've been preparing my whole life for it, and I couldn't say no to the opportunity, and saw what happened. I came in there and kind of shocked the world. Not kind of, I did.
Only on SportsGrid.
Malaysia Fawali, who you guys know I am a huge fan, has decided to switch allegiances and stay in league. And now she's going to go play for Kim Mulkey. Her, Flau'jae Johnson in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to watch. You wonder sometimes with roster construction, maybe too much is not too good.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
We know your other brother Marv did the Knicks forever, but you've done just about every team in the league. You did Ames. Yeah. You did Dr. J games.
But after 45 years in this crazy business, people kept telling me, you got to write a book. So I did, and here it is.
Ferrall, Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all. Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Sports Rage is every night at 10 East, Monday through Friday. You can catch it on all of our TV and radio outlets. We get Morency twice on a double shot from Vancouver every day on C2C. So I was just going off on Green. Like I would have tossed his ass last night when he got the result of the play was the flagrant, and they called it he snapped, and he just started cussing everyone out and losing his mind, including they couldn't control him. They had, he went over to the sideline. Curry couldn't calm him down. Nobody could calm him down. He's never wrong. He snapped. He lit everyone up. In any game, Carver High said it, in any game, he would have been tossed. Any game of the year, he would have been tossed. They didn't toss him last night. Then after the game, he's got the whole whiny-ass bitch. They're trying to portray me as an angry black man. How pathetic. Like, absolutely, what a tool. It's like, that'd be like listening to a serial killer talk about why he deserves freedom after he's killed 15 people and buried them in a beach. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not listening to the guy with a rap sheet as long as North America, this guy's incidents and technicals and fights, punching teammates, and his nonstop idiocy. No one denies he can ball, Gabe. He's a great player. But he's a lunatic. And listen to him cry about they're trying to portray me as an angry black man. That's exactly what he is.
Well, he's the most least self-aware player and person in sports, essentially. Right? And honestly, he thinks he's being singled out or he gets picked on, which is absolutely preposterous. He's, point blank the dirtiest player in the NBA. But, fact is, none of these punk-ass kids do anything about it. And that's why he keeps on doing it, and he keeps calling them out and making fun of their nail polish and everything else in between. Nobody steps up and ever does anything about it. But the fact of the matter is, he gets preferential treatment, Scott. As you stated, dude, like Kyle Lowry, I've seen Kyle Lowry get kicked out of a game for looking at a referee the wrong way, Scott.
Right.
Point blank.
I remember that.
No, they were like, oh, yeah, you gave me like an evil look. You're out of the game. Didn't even say anything. Dude, you see Draymond Green straight out get in referees' faces and they don't tee him up after. They don't. It's like
They're afraid of him. They're afraid of him.
That's Draymond being Draymond, right? And everybody else gets teed up. So he's actually done it so much that he's created this like world for himself that he lives in which, as you stated, it's never him. He's never wrong. And I don't know, Scott, this guy cannot like take a shot, evidently, Scott, or post up without flailing his arms or legs, Scott. It's funny how that works, right? Oh, it was an accident. I kicked him in the face. No, it was an accident. I swung an elbow on him in the head. No, it was an accident. I just punched him in the face. Look, I go up and at least James Harden just goes up, Scott, and throws his hands up and wants a foul. You know what I mean? Like, Draymond just does the, I was falling. I didn't mean to do it. It's like, dude, like I said, if I was in the NBA, I would just punch him in the face, right? I would just say, shut up, old man, and I would knock his teeth out if I was one of these kids. But they're evidently scared of him, right? No one wants a piece of it. And, Draymond, I'm not saying Steven Adams wouldn't beat the crap out of him if he messed with him, but, like, Draymond doesn't do that, right? Draymond knows which kids to pick on, the softer ones. So it goes both ways, Scott. I totally agree with you. And him bringing race into it is actually an embarrassment.
It's
an embarrassment.
So weak.
Like,
so
you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's an embarrassment. So what? You're an angry black man because you're hitting other black men? You know what I mean? Like, what part of this am I missing, Draymond, about, like, the race part of this?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
if he's going to say that, then I'm going to say it right back to him. That's exactly what you are, and you're not fooling anyone. It's like he thinks when we're watching these games, whether we're in presence, whether we're there or we're on TV, TV's even worse. Because on TV, we can see it time after time after time in replay, all of his incidents. He's guilty. He causes all of this damage himself, and then he acts like he never commits a foul or never starts a fight or never elbows or punches anyone or never kicks anyone. He's kicked guys in the onions multiple times. So, and then he's like,
all the time.
They're trying to portray me as a black man. Okay, well, that's exactly what you are. They're doing a good job.
You remember, too, when he punched Jordan Poole, he was more upset about how did this video get out? Who's trying to make me look bad? It's like, bro, you sucker punched a teammate in practice, bro.
Right.
You didn't man up to him in the parking lot and go, yo, Joe, I got a problem with you. Right? No.
But
the kid was standing there. He was standing there. You see the video. He's standing there like near the wall, minding his own business, and Draymond just goes up and punches him. Right? So that's Draymond Green. And listen, he's going to have a career after, Scott, running his mouth after for years, so get used to it.
Oh, God.
And most of the things that he says are stupid.
Listen, I've already told Carver Highlight, at some point I'm going to retire, and I think I need to live on a golf course. And I used to be a 6. I might go back to that, where all I do is golf all day and don't watch television, because I'm going to get really angry and I'm going to drop dead. I can't stand him. And I got to tell you, I can't believe, that they put up with it. They have kept him there through all of it. They have never. And I thought this crusty white Steve Kerr would have got rid of him a long time ago. But I think he actually gets off on it. He gets off on watching this guy beat up everyone in the league and cause all this damage. They have never got rid of him. He punched a teammate. They traded the teammate.
I like Steve Kerr. I think Kerr's a good guy. But Kerr is another massive hypocrite. Steve Kerr's complaining because fans mock Draymond Green. He's like, he's a parent. You know what I mean? That's just you're going too far. Going too far. So Draymond Green going too far. It's a lot. You know what? It's almost like Vegas Golden Knight fans complaining about the missed penalty last night. It's like, shut up. You guys have been Florida Panther fans. You guys have been running team players for years. Everybody cries too much.
How about this? When you go to games, go to Boston Garden and listen to some of the language that they yell at players all night, every night. And this guy Green doesn't expect to have people cussing him out at games. He must be tripping.
Looking for an edge in betting basketball? Injuries can make or break a game. Get insider knowledge from Dr. David Chow and the team of experts with Sick Picks at Sports Injury Central. We reveal hidden health-based advantages the sports books miss. Our doctors provide insights, and our algorithm tells you who to bet on. Spreads, props, totals, in-game bets, Sick Picks covers it all. Go to SickScore.com and sign up for Sick Picks and use the promo code SportsGrid for a free week today.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
So the Edmonton Oilers did it again last night, Gabe, and they win on a 2-on-1 break with the two studs. Can you imagine being the goalie and you're Hill and you see those two coming down the pike 2-on-1 with a defender in front of you, and he just slid it over and Draisaitl just nailed it. Game over, overtime. The Oilers win again, 6 in a row, 2-0 lead, going home to Rogers Place. I mean, to tell you, I think they are a freight train right now, and you and I've been talking about them. I've been on them the whole season. Forget about playoffs. I've been on them the entire season. I think they're the best team in the league. When it comes down to, at the end of the day, I really do. Like, you pick a team that you're going to get behind. I think they're more exciting than the Panthers. I think they're faster, scarier. I think they come in waves like no other team in the league. I think the Leafs even probably, I'd say, come at you harder than the Panthers. But no one comes at you harder than the Oilers.
Well, last night was one of those assumption games again, once again in the NHL. In the NBA playoffs, people always assume home team's going to bounce back after losing the first game. We talked about it yesterday. Just can't get in front of this Edmonton Oilers team right now. It'll be a little bit different now that the Oilers are going home. Can they keep this thing going? They almost have like this, we're the victim, us against the world type of man. Nobody believes in us. That's what they like to, they want this sort of the Saban speak. They want to believe that. But, Scott, yesterday afternoon, we talked about the Oilers, and I thought, they're going to win this game. And I'm starting to think they're going to win the Stanley Cup, the Oilers. Yeah. Let's just call it out for what it is. They're going to win the Stanley Cup. We talked, they're a juggernaut right now. So yesterday I was thinking, Scott, I'm like, man, they're plus 400 right now. Like, the odds makers are on to this. They're plus 400, but what if they win tonight? And if I don't take them, I'm going to be really upset. So yesterday, Scott, I took the Edmonton Oilers to win the Stanley Cup at plus 400.
Right.
Currently, right now, plus 275. That's a big move. They're the favorites to win the Cup right now. The Dallas Stars are the second choice. And I'll tell you what, I'm not ready to write off Winnipeg yet, Scott. I know they lost that first game. I believe that Hellebuck is back. I think they can win on the road. It's, you know what I mean? We talked about Winnipeg having to win at home all the time with home ice. But I think they can get this done. Dallas are sort of like Edmonton now, though. They seem to be, they're accelerating upwards. They're launching. They're going in an upward direction, this Dallas
And they got a guy on fire in Rantanen who's doing it by himself. They're not losing to the Jets.
Well, can Rantanen keep this up? I mean, this is
why not? He has a hat trick every night.
Yeah, if he does this again, then we're in uncharted territory. But I'm just stating the Jets at 17-1. I'm not ready to completely dismiss them in this series yet. But to me, I think the Oilers would beat the Stars. I think they would beat the Jets after. And I had the Leafs winning the Cup. And everybody thought I was insane before the playoffs. And I took the Leafs at like 11-1 to win the Cup. And they're getting closer right now. The Leafs are the real deal as well. But I got to tell you, Scott, like just hypothetical matchup. If the Edmonton Oilers played the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'd take the Oilers. I think the Oilers would beat them. If the Oilers played the Carolina Hurricanes, I'd take the Oilers. Yeah. If the Oilers play the Washington Capitals, I'll take the Oilers.
Yeah.
So essentially, guys, if the Oilers freaking get through the Dallas Stars in the next round, they're winning the Stanley Cup, Scott.
I think they'll beat the Panthers, too, if they get through. If
the Panthers are in trouble right now.
If they go home and win 2 games, it changes everything. Let's say either one of them. I think the Oilers beat either one of them. Here's the thing. I don't think they feel sorry for themselves. What I think I'm seeing from them is they keep saying, like, we're really not playing that well. We're not playing that well. We're not really clicking on all cylinders. We're making a lot of mistakes out there. And we're, if we really get going, look out. I think that's what they're saying. McDavid's like, we really haven't played that great. We're just finding a way. And if we get going, look out. And I think they're already at Lookout Mountain.
And you look at the price here. They're.
All right, so I think we just lost Gabe due to our overwhelming desire to get the Oilers the Stanley Cup and Canada. And Carver High had heard enough of it and pulled the plug on our Canadian friends and broadcast. So tonight, and we'll talk about it later, just know we got Toronto and Florida and Dallas and Ferrellapeg tonight, both of those games. And all weekend, there's great games of these remaining series in these conference semifinals. So we'll keep an eye on that and talk about more of it later here on C2C on a Pain-Free Friday. Think that there's something to the fact that they blow all these leads against the Edmonton Oilers? It's like the Oilers can be down 4 goals and they come back like it's nothing.
We got a series now. I think this thing is going to reset, Scott. I think home ice advantage is going to hold true in this series. I think I told you that last week. I'm expecting this. I picked the Kings in 7 before the series started, and it's like plus 700.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star 3 trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they played. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
All right, let's go back, Carver High, to the Target Center in Minneapolis last night and see how the T-Wolves carved up the Dubs to even that series at ones.
Yes, it was the only game last night, and Minnesota made sure to make quick work of it. 117-93 was the final. Lots of contributions up and down the lineup from the Timberwolves, especially Julius Randle, who had an awful first game. 24 for him with 11 dimes and 7 boards, 16 for McDaniels, 20 for Alexander Walker off the bench. Everyone contributing last night on TNT.
Late clock here, down to 2. Moody's got to put up a 3, does so, and it's an air ball. McDaniels might have got a piece of that, and McDaniels runs the floor and hammers it down. What a player. McDaniels having a night. Just as the Warriors were tightening the screws in this game. Randall, flurry of moves. Alexander Walker with the flyby, resets.
Yeah, I thought, for my money, Alexander Walker had the biggest game. He came off at a bench. He hit, 7 shots. He had 20 points. You get a 20 spot off at a bench. Reed gave him 11 and 3, 5 to go with it. Edwards had the ankle, came out, still had 20, hit a couple threes. And McDaniels had the 16, hit a 3. And I was talking to you about this guy, and we've talked about him many times, Randall. I mean, this guy, when he gets going, he's a physical presence, too. Like, he can bang, and he can hit that outside shot. He can hit a 3. He can hit from anywhere on the court. He used to be, the Knicks' leading scorer, and they dealt him in DiVincenzo for the big bodega. And that's a guy I honestly think, and I said this to Carver High, I think that he would take on Green and beat him in a fight. I think Randall's a nasty son of a bee, and I think he would not be afraid of Draymond Green at all. And I don't think Isaiah Stewart would be either. I'm trying to line up people to fight him. I want to see someone knock all of his teeth out of his mouth. That's what I live for now in the NBA.
I mean, so we need like a starting 5 of guys that can fight Draymond Green. I guess you'd have to put you have to put PJ Tucker in there, right? PJ Tucker you probably put in there.
He's
I know
a little
he's
long
older,
in the tooth for me.
but he ain't backing down from anybody. PJ ain't gonna back down. He might lose the fight.
Remember that one guy? Remember the game, James Johnson? He's not afraid of him. Remember that guy he used to play with? And that's
he's not afraid either.
He'd beat him up with one arm tied behind his back.
There's definitely a few guys who would probably be willing to step up to the challenge. Anthony Edwards got hurt in the first half of this game, ended up being an ankle injury, but he came back in the second half, actually finished with 20 points, hit 2 threes, had 9 boards. Chris Finch was, let's just say, stunned. He couldn't believe that. He thought he lost him for the game.
This one I was really worried about, actually. I thought, there's lots of ways that being an elite athlete pay off, and, being able to shake those things off certainly is one of them. But this one I was really planning on not seeing him the rest of the game, to be honest with you. So
He came out and played. Now he's banged up, so he's definitely got something going on with his ankle, and he had already hurt it, and now he had, this is the second time he's hurt it, and had, this big guy, almost 6'10", stand on his ankle and land on it full force. It's no joke. It's something to keep an eye on, and I certainly thought, to be honest with you, I know they said this last night in the broadcast, they're like, oh, yeah, no player wants to see another player get hurt. But I got to tell you, I was watching Curry, and he was like, oh, good, that'll even things out a little bit.
That's
That's
you
what
would
I
think
saw.
that's what. Yeah, exactly. But now looks like he's going to be okay. All right, you've referenced this a few times, and that is the Draymond Green after the game. So there wasn't a lengthy post-game chat with Draymond Green. There was simply a very quick statement that he made to the reporters in the locker room. Here it is.
I look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to try to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
You know what? Cry me a river, this guy. What a phony. Like, no one's doing that. No one's doing that. It's exactly who he is. All they do is report on his latest felonies. All this guy does is one crime after the next, one fight, one incident after the next, one technical after the next. It just never ends. And then he wants to, turn it on its head and blame the media. It's absolutely laughable. It really is. Like, anyone that falls for that is a sucker. Like, that this guy's being treated poorly. Are you kidding me? That's the worst thing I've seen, the lamest thing I've seen in a long time in the NBA. This guy's actually trying. I mean, what are we going to baptize him? Are we going to take him down to the river and dunk him? Maybe Pope Leo will do it. I mean, honestly, like, shut the F up, bro. You are so phony and painful. Oh, God. And then they're going to put him on TNT for the rest of our lives. Christ, I'd rather be dead than listen to that guy. Honestly. Take me away, Calgon. Put me in a black box so I don't have to listen to him. Honestly, you think I'm painful? Screw you. That dude is the most painful dude on earth. And then he's going to be the new Barkley. He's bad enough.
Get ready. You're going to get a lot of him when he retires. You're going to get a lot of him on these telecasts. Whoever it is, it's going to be. Obviously, TNT's not going to. They're not gonna have the games
and how
anymore.
about the commercial? They got him challenging coyotes out in the woods. Like, I've seen it all. Like, this guy, coyotes are afraid of him too. Like, honestly, give me a 9 Glock. Honestly, so I can put it in my mouth. I'm so sick of this dude. I can't wait till they lose, and I don't have to listen to him anymore for the rest of the season.
Jimmy Butler last night, 17 points, 7 boards, 4 assists.
Here's another cancer.
People were looking, I guess, for playoff Jimmy because Steph Curry was going to be out. Honestly, they just never got started. I mean, they had 5 points in the first 10 minutes of the game, and Steve Kerr really said afterwards, he's like, I kind of let the game go once, a couple minutes into the second half. Here's Jimmy Butler talking about when he needs to be.
Here? Is he like Jack?
Let's find out. Here's Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy, I know you don't pay much attention to what's out there, but just so you can know, everybody's expecting this massive thing, this reputation of playoff Jimmy. What is that like living under that burden or expectation?
I don't have a burden or expectation. I don't. I play basketball the right way. I will continue to play basketball the right way. If that time comes where, you're people that are saying whatever, supposed to score 40 or 43, whatever the case may be, I'm capable of it. I can do it. But I love making sure that my guys are comfortable, passing the ball to them, taking the right shots at the right time. But we'll talk about it. If that may be needed, who knows?
Who knows?
If it may be needed. I got a feeling it's going to be needed at some point, right? Like, one of those 2 games in San Francisco, I think it's going to be needed. I think you're going to need a game where he scores 30-plus points if they're going to win one of these games against Minnesota. 17's not going to cut it.
Yeah, I don't think the T-Wolves are letting that guy score 30 or 40 points in a game. I don't. I think they're too good.
Then they better find someone else who can hit shots, because those guys that first wave of guys that they tried last night at the beginning of that game, they failed the first test, all of them, because they were missing shots. That Moody missed so many. He was pulling up from the free throw line. He was like missing the whole net. He missed the backboard on somebody's shot. He was awful last night for the Warriors. Awful.
I mean, I think they're screwed without Curry.
They got big problems.
Think that there's something to the fact that they blow all these leads against the Edmonton Oilers? It's like the Oilers can be down 4 goals and they come back like it's nothing.
We got a series now. I think this thing is going to reset, Scott. I think home ice advantage is going to hold true in this series. I think I told you that last week. I'm expecting this. I picked the Kings in 7 before the series started, and it's like plus 700.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
All right, Jerry Montajong is with us from the Edmonton Sun and Journal out in Ferrall, Alberta. And I don't know if you knew this. I used to call the Thrasher games, and I've actually been there and called games, and I used to love it. People would say, oh, you don't want to go to Edmonton or Calgary. It's just awful. Meanwhile, I went to Cowboys in Calgary, and I was up all night. I had a blast. And then when I was in Edmonton, I bought like 4 suits for the price of 1 in America in New York City. I remember I came out of the store like 4 suits. And I actually liked the history of the Oilers. I'm a Penguin fan, and I know what it's like to win 5 cups. So I've been pulling for the Oilers all year since the jump. I told you that. Like, I think they're the baddest team in the league.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not going to even beat around the bush. I wrote them off after those first 2 losses in round 1 against LA. So good on you for having some faith and seeing what you saw, because I did not expect them to flip a switch like this and win 6 games in a row.
Can you even believe that they have made the LA Kings their bitch for 4 years in a row? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. You know, sooner or later it's got to end. I thought this was the year. Being in that Kings locker room when they were here, and because they were just here a couple of games before the playoffs started, and I mean, they were beyond fed up. They were focused. They were in the zone. I just didn't expect them to drop a bomb and then have nothing left for the rest of the series. So, Edmonton found something, but it's been quite the lopsided rivalry for sure.
So I actually, in the night that they were up 3-1 in the third, the Kings, I thought they were in big trouble. And I couldn't believe that they won that particular game. And I don't think they've lost since.
No, they haven't. And with their backup goalie too, right? Like it's just been an amazing run of events. I mean, they went through the entire stretch drive of heading into the playoffs. Guy after guy falling off the roster, and not just role players. I mean, they lost McDavid for a spell, they lost Draisaitl for a spell, and both of them at the same time. And it's like, boy, are these guys just resting up for the big long run that's ahead of them? Maybe they learned their lesson from a playoff run ago. Or are they seriously hurt? And then when they all hit playoffs and brought everybody back, it did not fit together the way the team wanted for sure. So I am surprised that it only took them a couple of games to find their legs and get everybody rowing in the right direction.
Can you imagine? I said this earlier. Can you imagine being Hill in that overtime and seeing those two steamrolling at you with only one defender in front of you? I mean, you're screwed. I mean, honestly, when I saw that break, I was like, "Oh, Shaq, here it comes." You knew they were going to score. Those two together flying down the ice has got to be a goalie's worst nightmare.
And that's the crazy part of this whole thing, because I mean, it's not like McDavid and Draisaitl have been pressing the gas to the floor and actually coming up with points all the time. We've seen more depth out of the rest of this Oilers crew than than I have ever, and it's almost like they're beating the Knights at their own game right now, which is crazy to me. It's just wild to watch this happen, and I don't know if it's going to get any better for Vegas coming to Edmonton here for games 3 and 4.
I don't either. Like guys Bouchard, we've already seen Bouchard be a stud. The kid, Podkolzin, never heard of him. He's been unbelievable. Goal, helper, +2, shots on goal in every game. Ted Nugent, Hopkins, your boy, Screaming Teddy, Sweaty Teddy, getting involved. Ryan playing great, +2, 2 helpers. It goes on and on. Janmark, +2. Hyman, the Hyman maneuver, +2. I mean, every guy on the team's doing something, even no names. Like, I don't even know who Wallman is. Is that like your neighbor? I don't even know who that is.
That's because he came from San Jose. They are scraping the bottom of the barrel, but he was their top defender, and he's contributing here. And they're doing it without their top defenseman, Matthias Ekholm, who's been out on and off since going all the way back to the Four Nations Cup break. So they're putting together on defense, and I never saw that coming as well. They got rid of half their defensive starters from that Cup run a year ago, and over the regular season, it was not looking like things were falling together for them. You mentioned guys like Podkolzin. He scores last night, and all of a sudden, the entire Oilers forwards have now run through the order. They've all got a goal now, and we're just seeing it's more than just they called it 2 guys in a power play up here for the longest time, because it was all McDavid, Draisaitl, and the man advantage. And the man advantage on the road for these Oilers right now in the playoffs is 0 for 12. It's just wild to watch, but they're making up for it with the rest of their depth. It's almost like they took a page out of the Golden Knights blueprint in their handbook and are putting it to good effect here.
I loved it, seeing them win both games on a strip. And I got to tell you, they must be tripping at Edmonton, the fans, because they can smell it again. Like last year, they went on a run, and I think they're upset about last year. Like I've heard McDavid say, like, we're not even playing that well. We're making all kinds of mistakes left and right. We haven't even hit our stride. We haven't done anything. We just have to keep grinding. They're saying all the right things, but I think they actually believe it. They were down 4 goals in LA and won the game. I mean, they are not afraid of any deficit. Respectfully, I got 1 minute.
Yep. No, absolutely. And you're absolutely right. And all 6 of these games that they've won in a row, which beats their regular season streak of 5 games in a row that they won, they've come from behind in all 6 of these. And it's like, it's never over till the fat lady sings. And this is a team full of fat ladies, and they're just happy to do it this way if they have to.
Honestly, like I just love watching them play hockey. And when they come screaming up the ice, and when they cycle, and when they're on a man advantage, or if they got an empty net, I mean, it is like the Russian Red Army. It is just fantastic to watch. Hey, it's great to meet you and have you on the show. We'll get you on again, Jerry. Good stuff. I appreciate you, and enjoy the rest of the series and all the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, my man.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Think that there's something to the fact that they blow all these leads against the Edmonton Oilers? It's like the Oilers can be down 4 goals and they come back like it's nothing.
We got a series now. I think this thing is going to reset, Scott. I think home ice advantage is going to hold true in this series. I think I told you that last week. I'm expecting this. I picked the Kings in 7 before the series started, and it's like plus 700.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star 3 trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
All right, so Carver High, let's take a look at the rainy round of golf today in Philly at the Cricket Club in the Truist Championship. Your boy Mitchell held the lead today after stealing it late yesterday, and they played in gushing rain today, just like it was pouring here in New York City and still is.
Yeah, they moved the schedule up today. And honestly, I know they tried to get ahead of it, and usually they don't. Usually they do an awful job, the PGA, with how they move the tee times. I guess, hearing reports, it was nicer this afternoon than it was this morning. But they sent them all out this morning, and they got it all in. So we're actually done with round 2. We're on to the weekend. Everybody finished already down at the Philly Cricket Club with Keith Mitchell in the lead. Shane Lowry, the Irish Bear, 11 under, is 1 shot back. Sepp Straka, 2 shots back. And then you have a host of guys 5 back at 7 under. Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, Akshay Bhatia, Siwoo Kim, Patrick Cantlay. So tons of guys down there in the mix for this weekend down in Philly. And they should get some nicer weather, thankfully, on Saturday and Sunday for us. So, and don't forget, you got Myrtle Beach too going on right now. You get yourself a little bit of Myrtle Beach action working, where the immortal Danny Walker, Danny Walker and the big rig Harry Higgs and Mackenzie Hughes all at 9 under. Hughes is still out there. We do have a few guys in the mix. Emiliano Griot's at 6 under, and a couple of others.
What do you call him? The Griot?
The little Argentinian with a big heart. He's a little Argentinian with a big heart, Emiliano Griot. And Ryan Crazy Like a Fox is there as well as we head into the weekend. So we've got Cantlay in that 7 under group from our Golf Wednesday picks, and hopefully he can find a way.
Your boy Valkyrie's in that. He's in 500. Valkyrie.
So Slammin' Sammy, yeah, Slammin' Sammy is also in the mix down there. Slammin' Sammy Valimaki.
Mafia's gonna play that course next week, or the week of the 18th, or whatever it is.
Yeah, when he heads down to there. So you got yourself a fun weekend, and it's raining on the ladies. Because the golf ended early, they put the ladies on Golf Channel over at Liberty National.
Look at me.
I mean, it's got to be pouring on them over there. That's got to be a rough afternoon round.
That is a brutal golf course too. I played it and with high heat, and I can't even believe I had a birdie on that golf course because it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. I mean, the only thing good about it is the view of the city. Everything else is torture. It's a torture chamber, that golf course.
The next time that the next time High Heat wants to go play around at Liberty National, tell them I'm available. If you like, I'd like to get on the Beth Pay on the Liberty National train. I've never played there before, so I'd love to get around it.
You'd love it. It's awesome, man. And the burgers, I told you, the best burger you ever had in your life.
The best burger that we will have there.
Honestly, the guy's got like a big hat he wears, the chef. He comes out with a big hat on.
You get only the best at those, but the best courses, you get only the best.
Only the best.
At all of it. Only the best for him. So there's the golf for the weekend. Everybody's going to be very excited. Hopefully Patrick Cantlay somehow wins. That would be great for everybody, at least here on Coast to Coast. All right, we are going to come back and get ready. We have a full weekend set up for you. You got 2 games tonight, Indiana and Cleveland. We'll see if Cleveland gets some of their guys back this evening. They were at shoot-around today. We have got the Nuggets and the Thunder getting together as well tonight as that shifts to Denver now for Game 3. And we have 2 games tomorrow, including the Knicks and the Celtics back in action. Scene shifts to MSG. Should be a rowdy afternoon crowd.
Also,
for the Celtics and the Knicks.
Bad news coming in last night. I tried to set out on an adventure to get involved in the Canelo Bud fight, September 13th at Allegiant in Vegas. It turns out that the Saudis own it and TKO. It is not a PBC pay-per-view fight. So I will not be attending the Canelo Bud fight, which is the fight of the year. That's the fight I wanted to go to. I reached out to my guy last night, our boy Bruce, and he's like, swing and a miss, you lose. I was like, fail. Think that there's something to the fact that they blow all these leads against the Edmonton Oilers? It's like the Oilers can be down 4 goals and they come back like it's nothing.
We got a series now. I think this thing is going to reset, Scott. I think home ice advantage is going to hold true in this series. I think I told you that last week. I'm expecting this. I picked the Kings in 7 before the series started, and it's like plus 700.
Ferrall, Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
It's so crazy that you get both ends of that spectrum and the narrative trying to be correct in doing so and to make a statement for engagement. You're wrong, you've been wrong, and deal with the reality of the situation.
All of the people that analyze the draft, Mock 1 in the first round, and even could he go to the Giants at number 3 or trade up back in that round. They got Garth, they didn't get Sanders, and the fall was on at that point.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.